Hello, everybody. I'm TychoCelchuuu, and welcome to our company. Here's two Shotcasts. We have the Germans Webster B, who I think was in a previous Shotcast of mine, and the Soviets Absolute Machine. Name sounds kind of familiar. This is the top-ranked auto match going on right now. We're on Operation Market Garden. I think that's the name of the map. I think a new map. I don't recognize this at all. I like these flowers. They're pretty good. They seem to disappear when you get too close, and they kind of look yucky when you get close, but from a distance I definitely approve. And weird looking mini-map. It's a very long skinny map. Well, we'll see how this map is as things progress. I'm live streaming this as we speak on, oh shit, we're at 2x speed. Live streaming this as we speak on twitch.tv/TychoCelchuuu. Totally follow me there if you want to see some cool shit. This lady's face makes her look like a fucking space alien. Relic, please, what is with this space alien? That is not canon. There was no alien statues in World War II. Can't even read the text. It says, like, in memory of the space aliens who invaded and probed our asses, 1928 to 1943. So we have a quick MG42 out from the Germans, and just conscript spam from the Soviets. Pushing off these poor engineers. That if you're going to get somebody caught by the MG42 right off the bat, might as well be the engineers who can't do anything. Looks like the capping going really well for the German player for Lord knows what reason. It just seems like they've got way more stuff on the map than the Soviets. But the Soviets have the fuel, and the German player doesn't have anything. What Doth Life asks, what compelled you to get back into CoH2, Tycho? I'm not complaining at all, but curious. No other fucking real-time strategy games that I can cast. Or even play. There's just not a lot of real-time strategy games out there in the world that excite me. Men of War Assault Squad 2 is still pretty cool, but that fucking crashes whenever I try and record something. Narfwack and fucking heavily say LOL. Or LEL. How are these fights going? There's definitely a lot of dust in this area. I think the map maker is really a fan of the dust. So the Soviet player now getting a good flank on the MG, but oof. German player actually gets slightly lucky there with this guy getting nailed, because then this guy sets up, he's further back, but that kind of doesn't matter. The Soviet player, that was a nice oorah, and that, my friends, is how you assault a machine gun. You even have a third flank coming in if that's not going to work, and it does work perfectly fine. Then you gang up on these guys, push them out, and that is a textbook Soviet assault. I would hold up behind this green cover, but look, if you want to charge into red cover and fight pioneers, be my guest. It's a terrible idea, and you're going to lose many conscripts that you don't need to. You just lost 2 conscripts you could totally not have lost, all to, like, sort of, I guess, stop the cap on that munition point slightly earlier. Not really. Oh, Man Laddie says Frozen Synapse 2. Not a real-time strategy game. That's a simultaneous turn-based game. Definitely pumped for that. What Doth Life says Iron Harvest 2018. Fingers crossed. Don't even know what that is. It definitely sounds promising. Iron Harvest sounds like they mean business, but I don't know what that is. So, ooh, how's this attack going? Are the conscripts gonna be here in time to save their friends? It looks like no. You're gonna take a lot of losses here. Oh, but it packs up. Oh, interesting reface. So once these guys are pinned, you have a sort of grace period where you can just leave them alone. They'll stay pinned, and these grenadiers are here to mop them up. But the Soviet player just has enough stuff here. My throat is starting to hurt. Oh, there's a cat. And these guys, oh, picked off on the retreat. This was a nice flank, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to make up for the fact that the conscript has been lost. There's so much fighting going on. It's tough to keep track of what's going on. Cat's meowing in my ear. Sector's at risk. This cat is right here to my left. Bye, cat. And the pioneers and minesweepers. So really great map control by the Soviets. Notice if you look on the minimap how close that conscript squad was to sort of being able to, to decap the fuel. I definitely need a drink of water. 1 second. Very good. So Soviet really doing good on the map control. Didn't actually manage to get this munitions up here, so that's kind of a pain. And paying for it in blood, because that conscript squad died. But, yeah, we'll see how it works. 2 MGs out. So MGs, I think, are a good choice on this map. It's so long and skinny that if you can catch your opponent with an MG, suppress them, force them to retreat because they don't have anything around to flank you, that's good. What Doth Lie says, Iron Harvest, post-World War I diesel punk inspired by CoH2. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it. That sounds at least promising. Somebody remind me to look it up. Deleted link. I guess my Twitch chat moderator is being overzealous. I'm sorry about that, What Doth Life. I'll try and fix that, but I'll just Google Iron Harvest. Here, I'll make myself a note in my telephone. This is what modern telephones can do, folks. You can make yourself a note. What else? Also, in notes, I have Taste of Homer. That should be Taste of Home, because that was a reminder to myself to look up that website. Iron Harvest. Turns out not to be a very good website, but I heard it was good. And no other notes on my phone. What Doth Lie says, lol, don't let me distract you. Every streamer's folly is humoring me. I don't know what that means. Incendiary rounds. I see so many people pop this to shoot infantry. I don't know what the benefit of it is, because remember, when you're pinning them, your machine gun's gonna be doing less damage to them. I assume that mechanic is still in the game. And I don't know if popping incendiary rounds really makes a huge difference there. Oof! Killed the Grenadier squad, tried to oorah into a flank, didn't manage to make it happen, but it doesn't matter. There's a Molotov here, but it does matter because there's another machine gun. They're reloading at the perfectly bad time. Looks like they are going to catch these people here. This is a wonderful fight, but the grenade goes in, really wipes out a lot of their health bar. I don't know if that's going to be enough for the German player. These people are all suppressed, so I think it is going to be enough, except these people can potentially go around the right. That's exactly what they're doing. Good call there. They're definitely not going to make any progress on this machine gun on the left. They'll just mow you down since your health bar is so low, so they're just going to spread out, capture some stuff. What Doth Lie says, only 15 munis, suppress less damage, pin more. Yeah. Oh, wait, really? I thought it was, that's probably true. Anyways, I'm not sure why you pop the 15 munis thing when you're not fighting a vehicle. Dum-da-dum-dum-dum. Let's check out the Doctrines. Mechanized. Elite Troops. Ooh, Tiger Race. I like that one because you get a Tiger Race. And Mobile Defense. Very good one. Card Motor. Armored Assault. Terror Tactics. Cool. These people using sensible doctrines for sensible human beings. I like to see doctrines that I can be like, that's totally a doctrine I've used, or I would use if I had it, but I don't, because I don't have any doctrines, because Relic doesn't give them to you unless you pay the money, and I'm never going to do that. Never in a million years would I pay for a doctrine. I love the mine planting thing. It's just, they're just putting it in and wiggling it back and forth. Like, that's not a horrible idea with these, like, explosives. So good. Pioneer's definitely not being microed, busy microing some other stuff. Or maybe clever bait, hard to tell, because these Panzer Grenadiers can wreck face if they're getting close. Looks like the conscripts turned to fire at the Panzer Grenadiers as they got up. I understand that, but wiping the Pioneer squad, especially the Pioneer squad with the minesweepers, now that you've just laid mines, seems like that would be the bigger priority, since you're not going to win the fight versus the Panzer Grenadiers, so it's not like you can pick off enough to win. Nice oorah there, plus a Molotov. I think the Molotov was overkill, especially because you're burning yourself. Narfwalk says, I didn't know it did more suppression. That's neat. Manladdie says, courtesy of relic descriptions. What Doth Life... Oh, cat. What Doth Life says, what I meant was units take less damage while suppressed and take more while pinned. I think pin might ramp up damage. I know, yeah, I know that's what you meant. That might be true. Incendiary doesn't affect the rates of Spartan pin as far as that. Yeah, I didn't think it did. I think it just affects damage, but that's why I'm wondering why people pop it, because it's not like you're doing much damage. These poor conscripts. Couldn't have been microing them. But the question is, what were you microing? Maybe reinforcing back at base? That's real rough. You don't have to look back at base to reinforce back at base. So I don't know what was going on there. Maybe microing the combat engineers. I thought they were already reiterating, but that was an unneeded loss on that conscript squad. These people keeping each other in the Stone Age, just losing squads left and right. No one's able to tech up to anything impressive so far. That cat definitely wants dinner.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
So the minesweepers made it over here. See, you totally should have focused fire those guys and the squad went down. We have a conscript squad built at about 10 minutes in, so really committing to the conscripts. Do we have AT? Yes, we do have AT grenades research. So as soon as a Panzer II, because let's not kid ourselves, it's got to be a Panzer II, comes out, the conscripts will be ready, but not super ready. Just a little ready. And we don't have any tagging from the Soviets. What's going on? 200 manpower, or 200 fuel saved up. Wow, that's a bundle grenade.
The enemy is taking our territory.
That's the sort of thing that just, yikes. Yikes. Don't know what to say about that. We have a Pack 40, so both players anticipating vehicles. German anticipating it a bit better. Little does he know, no teching. Literally zilch. Zilcho. Zippity zoppity zoopity. Cute little wire. We also had some wire down the south. I hope you noticed back when I was looking at it. I never said anything about it, but it's totally there. Not a big deal, I guess, but a bit of a big deal. The conscripts can't run through there. They have to run back through here, which means, oh, that was another bundle grenade that killed another squad at this point. If I were the Soviets, I'd just be like, I quit. I actually wouldn't quit. I'm just incredibly tenacious, but this is grounds to fucking quit. Twitch chat. What Doth Life says, I usually activate it, that being our incendiary rounds, when a unit is close enough that, because reload takes time, the suppression gives you the buffer to reload, then you roast them once they're pinned.
We are losing supply for the enemy.
Because when you activate it, they've got to reload to load the incendiary rounds. I don't know. What Doth Life says, I watched your cooking video, LOL, you gonna make some oatmeal for Kitty? No, the cats eat cat food. Surprise, surprise. What Doth Life said, bundles got super buffed a while back. I don't care what happened to them, they're fucking killing people is what's going on. I don't care about the reason. I like this little grading thing. Like, were they doing that back in the 40s? Presumably they were. Because Relic would never miss something like that up. This thing's still on fire. I don't know what to say about that. So like I mentioned, ooh, a bunker. Like I mentioned in one of my earlier shoutcasts, I was watching Imperial Dame the other day, and it's a machine gun bunker. I was watching Imperial Dame earlier today, and that guy is not afraid of dead air. He'll just be like,
At least my bulls are still intact.
for long stretches of time. And it's just like, dude, say something.
Our bunker can now accommodate.
I, meanwhile, am terrified of dead air. Dead air is like a dead body. Which is scary, I assume. I don't think I've ever seen a dead body in real life. I've seen, one of my friends who was in med school at the time linked me, actually Lollibo, for people who remember, way back when, linked me to a autopsy video once, so I watched that. And that didn't scare me at all, but,
Is ready for use.
probably if the dead body were like walking and being like, brains. Hey, it's a Stug 3. So I said it was going to be a Panzer 2. The Stug 3 is also eminently spammable, and by that point the Doctrine had been chosen, so I really should have seen that thing coming.
We are losing a sector.
What Doth Life says, machine is getting boned. What is this? Well, what this is a video game. And then What Doth Life says, because when he talks, he repeats himself so much that he can afford dead air. Lol. Puggy says, Tycho, it seems you're not using better TTV add-on for your browser. For example, lol is another remote. Yes, no, I'm not using better Twitch TV for my browser. My browser is Vivaldi, which has like 0 plugins. And even if it did have plugins, which I can probably install it because I can install Chrome plugins, I don't care about better Twitch TV. Twitch TV is fine. I don't need it to be better. No better TTV in 2016. Yeah, I'm a fucking old school. I'm an old man. Wow, we have incendiary packets or some, yeah, propaganda artillery. Just love that shit. Does this actually work? What does it even do? Question the morality of their actions. What the fuck tooltip is that? What the fuck tooltip? Oh, affected squads are pinned or forced to retreat. Thank the Lord there's some fucking... Jesus. What a mess this is. Where's the Soviet AT? The answer is it's just conscripts with AT grenades. So that was a Jesus... Oh, Jesus and Mary Chain mess right there. Puggy says dark mode is so good. I don't need dark mode. What Doth Life says, fear propaganda is percentage based. That's exciting. Narfwack says, you've got mail. Classic joke. I wish the pamphlets stuck around after they fell so you could read them. They'd be like, fucking Jews are coming. You're scared of Jews, aren't you? They'll Jew you up. They'll chop the front off your dick. The cat liked that one. The cat's like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, there goes the cat. So, are we going to see the Stug spam as a thing? We did have Assault Grens called in, which is a little puzzling. We can still call in more Stugs. I don't know. Call in another 2 of these. What's the harm? What's the harm? Just get 2 more of these. You know you want them. The Assault Grenadiers, I think, was actually a really good choice. Germans need more infantry to cap this map, because this is just not good map control at this point. The Soviet player has been shocked into teching, just completely shocked, did not realize teching was a thing until it got sort of smudged in his face by the existence of their Stugs, and so he's like, shit, I need some AT guns. Doesn't even have the manpower for it, though. Those bundle grenades taking a toll. Taking a toll, my friends. What Off Life says, LOL, the Ruskies are dropping Cialis flyers. I don't know why that would demoralize anybody. I'll take a fucking Cialis flyer to the face. Nothing will happen. I'll be totally okay. Narfweck says, oh, it's this doctrine. That's actually correct no matter what you say. It's always this doctrine. This doctrine changes, obviously, depending on context. Oh, here comes the pin. I wonder how big the AoE for this thing is. It seems kind of impressive. Let's nail in these 2 guys at least. It's kind of an interesting choice versus crew guns, because pinning them doesn't do a lot. Obviously very great versus these guys. The Stug is sort of having some pathfinding issues. Now it's just driving the fuck through all this stuff, so there. Makes up its mind. This is looking really bad for the Soviets. That squad is dead. I'm surprised the Soviets haven't quit yet. This is an epic flank going on. But, oh, here's a nice grenade. That was an epic grenade. Oh, that was just, no, nothing to sneeze at. But yeah, if you can't get the manpower to start popping out these AT guns soon, Soviet player, then there's just nothing you're going to be able to do against these Stugs. And it's just by the grace of God that the German hasn't started spamming these things. You know, when there's 1 Stug on the field, you really expect another 6 is what you're looking for. What Doth Life says, I love this commander in big games. It obliterates OKW, FWP, cheese, forward waypoint or whatever, forward wacky point. What Doth Life says, Fear Prop is cheap and very low cooldown. Force AT guns to retreat, which is nasty. Great. Look, it's off cooldown already. Narfweck says, yeah, forcing retreat and crew to retreat is pretty scary. What Doth Life says, AT Ruse can only retreat from Fear Prop. That explains on CoH2.org on the front page, there's right now upvoted a picture where an AT gun is retreating, and there's some snarky comment or something. Are you saying it can actually force real AT guns to retreat? Because that would explain the CoH2.org trending thing. We'll have to keep our eye on that. I don't know what hurt these guys. I think 2 mines, presumably, went off and killed them. But they're still going. This was a quality call-in. They were called in 20 minutes ago, and they capped this and this and this and this, and they're still going. They're still going, and these guys get some green cover. Lothalem says, 18 viewers confirm Tycho new internet phenomenon. I'll get more viewers over time. You know, my YouTube channel actually started with 0 subscribers, and now it's at 6,000-ish. More than 6,000. Yeah, What Doth Life says, yeah, Pack 40 years EIS retreating to base. Okay, for realsies, or is that the picture that we're talking about? We're trying to figure out. I don't know. So, Soviet players still in the game, skipped the AT guns, tech to the AT guns, but skipped the AT guns, and is going straight, not just Tier 3, built Tier 3, but skipped Tier 3. You have to build Tier 3 now to get Tier 4. Jesus fucking cat wants dinner. Made it all the way to Tier 4, and is now building a T-34-76. A really surprising choice. On the plus side, can circle strafe their Stugs. On the minus side, expensive as fuck to tech up to Tier 4 and start building these things. On the plus side, cheap tanks. Definitely cheap tanks. On the minus side, not as cheap as the Stugs, right? 200. Yeah, there's no way there's as cheap as the Stugs. 275. Yeah, no, not as cheap as the Stugs. Nothing's as cheap as the Stugs. So, yeah, they outmatch Stugs if you can circle strafe. But your opponent can build more Stugs is what I think is going to be the plan. So, What Doth Life says, yeah, no, you can't retreat a full AT gun. Yeah, right, good. Didn't think that was true. This guy's like, fuck these walls, I'm here, I'm queer, get used to it. It's just bouncing along, fucking lowriders. Here we go, this is really brave. This is really brave because you don't know whether or not your opponent can just call in more of these things, and actually, spoiler alert, they can call in 2. They can call in 3. They can, 2, 4, 6, they can literally call in 3 at this point. So obviously you have to wait for the cooldown But he doesn't even get the circle strafe going. So this is just a disaster wrapped inside. Oh god, there's a pack. This is it. This is maybe gonna get out, but no other silver lining. I guess we have another T-34 coming out, so that's better than nothing. Whew, that was close. That was one last shell, I think, from this, or maybe from the Stug. He's just like, get me the fuck out of here! Oh, stand to kill the bunker! Don't do that! Don't do that! It's not worth your life! You have so much to live for. This thing has armored skirts, and whoop, bounces off. And then it fires again, because this thing, I guess, is just a machine gun. And it's dead.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
It's dead. And these guys are like, oh, we're here to fix things. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna kill the bunker was the plan? It's just getting repaired. That guy puts his thing on his back. That's cool. Oh, but look, this thing's here. Really doesn't like this bunker. I don't know if the bunker really needs to be your #1 tactical objective at this point. What Doth Life has? Stug has TWP. Scary face. Target weak point. Yeah, that's great. They removed it in the winter mod. Angel found. What's the Darth Rodin says? What's a fear prop? The fake jar of bubonic plague. The skull and Shakespeare plays a fear prop. I don't know what's going on. The Soviet cooking eggs while playing. It's a mess. I'll give you guys that. It's definitely a mess, and the Soviet player is, when in doubt, spam T-34s, which is very noble. That's my response to things too. But, so we didn't actually spam Stugs. The German player showed remarkable restraint, I think, actually in that engagement by not spamming Stugs. Held out for the Tiger, and now there is a Tiger. So the Soviet player just really tenacious. Big props, because you're not even leaving the game at this point. There's a Tiger literally in your base, killing your mans. Make a goddamn Maxim, says What Doth Life? I don't know. Like, she doesn't have the manpower for anything. None of that manpower. Oh look, the Pac 40 drove. It's a gift. It's a gift from the gods. Crew this thing, kill the Tiger, back into the game. 100%. Just reverse this thing, way the fuck out, leave. Cruise it with shock troops. He's even so excited. Loses the T-34, so that's unfortunate. I guess could have rammed, I think, now that I think about it. That could have stopped the Panzer in its tracks, then the Pac-40 could kill it. Also kill a Stug while you're at it, because why not? And then the game is over, and the Soviets win. So that could have really been stupid for the Germans. The Germans just wanted victory right there, just want to kill everything in the base and then kill the base. The hubris was too big, just like Hitler in real life. This German player is IRL Hitler, and Lotham says, if Saving Private Ryan taught us anything, it's that small arms kill tigers. No, there's an optical illusion. Ice-Gorilla says, I started playing 2 days ago. You know what I love about this game? The T-34-85 has 2 voices, and the female one often says, nobody fucks with the T-34. The male one might say that too. I don't know. But yeah, I like the female voice crews and also the female snipers. Those are pretty cool on the Soviets. This Tiger needs to actually be legit careful. I don't know why it's driving forward. It actually took a T-34 penetrating shot to the front, it looks like. That was cool. What Doth Life says, welcome to CoH2. Haha. Yeah, so that Pac 40 loss is really coming back to bite the Germans. Gonna lose a bunker on the back of it. This is now the chance to recapture it, though. The shock troops have been... Oh, what are they doing over here? They need to get the fuck in the fight. Get your shock troops in this fight right now to protect this Pac 40, because that's your only hope of winning this game. If you get grenaded, are they grenading it? Are they grenading it? Are they grenading? Nobody's grenading it. They stopped as if they were all going to grenade it. And walking into this T-34 is maybe not a great idea with these infantry, especially with the shock troops here. And this is just bad to worse for the Germans. And now they're being retreated. That seems premature. If you ask me, I don't know if you need propaganda leaflets for that. Your shock troops have... Oh, wow, no. The Germans actually just stopped shooting because they were shooting it from long range. That LMG, my friends, that LMG 42 on Vet 3 Grenadiers is what decrewed that gun, and now you're back right in the game where the conscripts are going to have to recrew this thing. Not a bad idea. The poor T-34 has lost its gun. It looks so sad without it. Hero Stu, where's the Tiger? Being repaired. That's good. So I think the window of victory is closing for the Soviet player. Nice AT grenade, but I think the Stu can just... Yep. So that's the fucking timer. You hear that? Bling, 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 bling. That's my bread. My bread is rising, and I gotta turn on the oven soon, but it doesn't have to be ASAP, so we can wait for this game to end. What Doth Life says, let's go to deleted link for the main CoH2. Or did it delete my link? Yes, it did. Sorry, I have Twitch auto mod on, I guess. I'll turn that shit off. How is he floating manpower? How is the German floating manpower? Pretty easy. He's got this thing fucking in the bag. How is the Soviet floating manpower? Trying to spam T-34s, and you can only dump it into your tanks insofar as you've got the fuel. Yeah, that's how it works. I'm getting hungry. I should eat some food, but we'll see. These guys repair the Tiger. Okay, so German I think has got this on lock. The AT gun is dead. So there's a big boo-boo giving away the Pak-40, but you've solved the boo-boo. The boo-boo has been fixed. What do you get at Vet 3 for these guys? Battle-hardened crews of mobility and rate of fire. That explains why this thing is motoring. It's just really going fast, I feel like. Silly bouncing tanks. Yeah, bouncing tanks. Alright, here we go. T-34 is round 3, effectively. Tiger is kind of too far away to mean anything at this point, it looks like. T-34 trying to get behind the Stug, I think. Because if you can get behind the Stug, you can block it. Stug target weak point is kind of a nutty ability. Really fucks over this T-34. Looks like the Stug is not going to make it out. But it's got armor. Don't mess with that armor. Is the Tiger. The Tiger is here. The Tiger is here. And now it's time to ram, I would think. Ram, oh, too late. Okay, and the conscript's trying to probably get an AT grenade or something in, but the top pintle mounted picks him off. 75 VPs left. It's over. It's over. And the Soviet player quits right as this debris is flying way the fuck through the air. Whew, look at that. I believe I can fly. Alright, wow, that was a pretty cool match. Soviet player wasn't doing so great for a while after those bomber grenades killed everybody, but that Pak-40 comeback right near the end, that was pretty cool. So, thank you YouTube watchers. I'll end the YouTube video now.